Warm welcome to bringing your awareness to the lower half of your body and letting the body come to stillness against the stillness of the earth. Let your body be informed by the ground beneath you, by the quiet there. Very often, as we sit in meditation, we're quite aware that the busiest part of our experience is the mind. And so today we're going to be exploring allowing the mind to quiet itself by giving it all the freedom in the world. So oftentimes when the mind is busy, we go into battle with it and we try different techniques to keep it under control. An image that my teacher gave me was that of a horse. And if you put a horse into a very small space, especially when it hasn't yet had its exercise, it will buck and it will find it very, very hard to settle. But if you give that horse a very wide space to run in, it will kind of run itself out and then eventually come to stillness all on its own. And so it's like that with the mind. It's given so much attention over the course of our days that when we come to meditation with the intention of stilling the mind, it feels even more active as we withdraw or as we try to withdraw our attention. And it may do all that it can to try to get that attention back. And so we can just allow the mind, whatever antics it's up to. And one thing that can be very helpful is to put our attention elsewhere, which is why I very often invite you to bring your attention into the lower half of the body to start our meditation here, so that you can take in through the substance of your body the solidity of the ground, the transmission of stillness that comes up from the ground, and the invitation to come to rest. So we can let our body come to rest against the ground, and we can also notice notice it settling. Notice the sensations related to the contact of our body with the ground. Notice a kind of a trickling down like sand through an hourglass as the lower half of the body becomes fuller, more substantial, as it comes online in our experience. And this is important for the mind too, because as the physical body settles, the mind will tend to follow. It can be informed by the physical body. And what will invariably happen over the course of a meditation is that slowly, and sometimes without us even being aware of it, the attention gets pulled back up into the thought space. And that's natural. And the best thing to do there is to simply notice it when you do, to remember your commitment to open to a more global awareness that includes much more than the mind, and to put your attention back on whatever that might be, the sensation of your body resting on the ground. Or we can now move to just being aware of the breath, which is another beautiful alternative to following the thought stream. So let's be aware of the breath together here. And of course, the mind will find this much less interesting than the array of thoughts that it could possibly be focusing on. But if you stay with it, as you deepen with the breath, as you be with it and you come into relationship with it, it will become more and more enriching. The same way that sitting by an ocean or a lake and watching waves come in can be very fulfilling, very enriching. The same way that watching wind in trees can fill us in ways that is just so far beyond the contents of the mind. So like that, we can watch the breath, and we can allow the mind to just do whatever it's doing, whatever it wants to think about, whatever stories it wants to go into, whatever memories, you just let it be. Your choice moment to moment is to not engage, and to give yourself something else to engage with. In this case, now we're with the breath. Now, the thing with the breath is that as we connect with it and as we deepen in our relationship with it, it will open doorways into the body, the physical body, and the emotional body. So as we're in the territory of the breath, it will expand our awareness to also include the physical body sensations as well as the emotional body sensations. And this is often where the attention wants to scamper back up into the mind. One of the things that I've noticed is that the mind is most busy when I have untended to emotional material rising up in my body. And so this is to be expected. And when we become more and more aware of the physical and emotional body and the sensations related to them, we can include them. We can commit to making space for them. So notice what you might be feeling in your physical body in this moment. See if you can include with equal generosity sensations that are pleasant, as well as sensations that might not be quite so comfortable. Find a friendly hello for everything that arises. Notice also the subtle sensations that are more related to the emotional body and to where you might hold stress. And that might even simply feel energetic. You might be feeling them in the chakras. And so we can open to that as well and really find presence for those more subtle sensations. The more that we can do this, the less that we have to hide and escape into the thought world. So practicing this in meditation, coming back again and again to tending to our whole being, the physical body, the emotional body, the energy body. And by tending to, I mean simply presencing, being available to it. See if you can connect with that part of you that is interested in what is unfolding in your own being in this moment. Interested because it's your sacred experience, because it exists and therefore it is meaningful. Who else is going to make space for that which is unfolding in your being? So, like a mother attending to her children, you welcome everything that arises. You don't have to go looking, it'll arise on its own. And you, yes, we have space for that too, and that too, and that too. And the arms stretch out until eternity, bringing everything in. And then what unfolds within us does become interesting. We're open, we're available. And it informs us. It also brings the mind back into harmony with the rest of the being. And still, for the moment, we're letting the mind be. And we are focusing primarily on the world of sensation and what is actually happening right now. We don't have to do anything with it, but it's really more about opening so that we're not doing that subtle rejecting of parts of our moment. And so, for the remainder of this meditation, I invite you to continue to notice when you get drawn back into the world of thought, to let that go and then to come back to the world of sensation. And as you allow the sensations to be as they are, physical, emotional, energetic, notice that the sense of presence begins to dawn. The less we're engaging with the details, the more we just naturally settle back into this vast presence that has space for it all. And I invite you to rest there for the rest of our time together.